Okay, very good morning to all of you. So I see around 60 people today, 67 now. Let's wait for 1-2 minutes and then we'll proceed. So I hope everybody can hear me. Okay. Please somebody respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please look into the chat box. I mean, where we can share files and etc. I have uploaded one question paper. Okay. So each of you can look at the question paper and if you have any doubt, any issue, please raise. Okay. So I hope everybody got the question paper. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there may be something. So okay, let's see. So today so your job is to write answers to these questions in a organized way in a latex. I will send instructions uh, very soon on this chat box itself that you should write and submit. Remember, no handwritten answers will be considered. Okay, so you have to type it, preferably using Latex, and upload the source as well as the PDF in a single zip file. Okay, where in the same uh, chat box. Okay, you can do that with your roll number and with your name, the hyphenated with roll numbers. You can write a small initials. So suppose somebody's name is uh, say Rajesh Kumar, then he can write RK underscore, then the roll number, entire roll number, then dot PDF, something like that. So roll number should be visible from the uh, from that file, as well as inside the file. You please write your name, enter clear name, roll number, details. Okay, so that the header clearly shows the details about you. Okay, so uh, the next problem. Oh, okay. So there is one thing that deadline. Okay, so today is Monday, so you are expected to submit it worst case by Wednesday midnight. Okay, so I am writing it Wednesday midnight is the deadline. That means 13th January 23:59 hours. Uh, okay, there is no class. So two questions are coming up. One is where can we ask doubts since there will be no class before Monday next. See, if you have doubts, we can discuss later. If but I do not know. I mean, yeah, it is true that maybe I have not seen that. Let me see the academic calendar. It may be true. I will see it that these things are holidays. But I will try to have one class somewhere, maybe. Uh, so just give me a minute. Let me see the academic calendar. Uh, Yeah, today is yeah, I got it. So today is 11th. So 14th is a holiday, Thursday. 15th is no class. It is written no class. Okay, so we'll be missing those days. Okay, so uh, but since I can at this point of time I can suggest that okay, I mean if you have any doubt you can I'll be available during this time. I mean during the time on because both 14th and 15th it is the classes are from 9 to 10, and I hope to be present during that time. So if you have any query, you can put in the chat box, and we can have a chat later. Can you please tell any authentic source we can refer while answering these questions, or can we refer to any site or the site the source? See, in this regard, I have given you the name of the two books, and I hope I have also specifically mentioned the name of reference books. I have said that you can consult wherever internet, lots of material is there. See, it is your duty to find out the correct answer. If you can give the correct answer, that will mean you have read the topic, you have gone through the topic. The primary source is the uh, Cargo Tardo's book, that Kleinberg Tardo's book. Okay, the primary source is the Kleinberg Tardo's book, but you are free to consult. Okay, so there is no dearth of material actually, but you have to study, you have to uh, prepare the answer, and you have to write. Okay, that's the purpose of this write up. Okay, let me see other question. uh, uh, I'm not, somebody asked that where should we submit the zip file? The place where you got the questions. I hope you got the questions, right? So you got the question uh, in the file. Then if you click on the file, then you get something. Then there I just uploaded it. Okay, so what you do, the zip file, the PDF, and the source. Remember, source should include everything. I mean everything. Suppose you draw some pictures you can draw using Xfig or some kind of picture drawing tool, and then you can incorporate the encapsulated postscript or whatever. Okay, all those things should be in a single zip file, and that should be uploaded here in the upload, and there will be some folder, or you in the baseline itself you upload so that I can see them. So once you upload, I'll be able to download it. Okay, so don't worry about that, but you can upload in this place where you got the question paper. But to keep different files separate, you should use some naming convention. Naming convention is something like your name followed by your roll number, separated by underscore or some character. Okay, sir, you can create an assignment in the assignments tab, which will be organized. See, this is not really an assignment. I mean, these are question answers. You can create an assignment in the assignment tab. It will be more organized. That is pasting the file in chat. Okay, assignments, if I click there, then I see, okay, I see something, create assignment and quizzes and manage timeline, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I will see that, but I think assignment is mainly quizzes. So quiz will be separate. Okay, quiz is separate thing. This is in addition to something, in addition to quiz. Okay, it's a good suggestion. I will see how to exploit that assignment tab. Uh, so, sir, can you please tell me what? Can pictures be created in JPG, PNG formats? Yes, of course, but then you determine how you will embed those pictures, because it is a little. I have not done it. Might be I did it long back. How to embed such pictures in uh, latex, using include graphics or something. It's sometimes better to. I did with something like PostScript, encapsulated PostScript, EPS pictures or some PS pictures. It is up to you. I give you free hand, but I will not accept any handwritten things. Okay, it should be drawn nicely, and you should put it so that it is easily readable. Okay, because see how you write answers to these questions, on that some bit of marks is there. Some bit of marks is there. In current submission format, our submissions are public. It is better if an assignment is created. Okay, okay, okay. I will see that, but mm, I mean, okay. Do you mean that if I create assignment, then it will not be public? Sir, if we upload publicly, then the files may undergo several duplications and you may feel everyone's plagiarized. Yes, of course. Of course. I mean, then I will look into assignments are visible to you. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so, okay, so, yeah, I like that idea. So let me see the assignment and figure it out, and I will send appropriate instructions to you. Okay, you how where to submit the zip files. Okay, yeah, this is good idea, good suggestion. Anything else? Yeah, this is really nice suggestions that things should not be public, because if somebody, yeah, I understand it fully. I will post instructions where to do that. Okay. My only suggestion will be, please do not try to. I mean, of course, there will be marks how you answer to the question. Unnecessary writing will not award you any. Uh, Precise and crisp writing will award maximum. So, in addition to that, I will write you to be very clean, neat, and clean. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Regarding that problem, yeah, I mean, this week there is, I mean, no other class than Thursday than this. I mean, Thursday, Friday. But I will expect you to more invest your time in this I mean, maybe after the deadline, we will let us say what kind of topic that we may cover. So, so in the uh, in the subject, if we look, we started with greedy algorithms, and we have this Gale Shapley. So what? Sir, can we write the solution in a doc and submit it, or else there is any compulsion using latex? See, I'm clearly saying please use overleaf and latex or whatever. Uh, I prefer latex and PDF. Okay, if somebody uses doc, I will cut 1 mark out of all marks he gets. Okay? Because I prefer latex. That is my thing. Sir, since there are 28 questions and we have to write in latex, can you please extend time? At this point of time, I'm not thinking of extending time. Okay. Oh my God. So what is this? See, there is always something new, but I understood we have done this earlier also. 3 days, if you spend time, more than enough. So let's see how it turns out. People are from the very beginning itself. If you are, I mean, this is not good sign actually. You are, I mean, see, this is one thing. I mean, lack of something called self-efficacy. So lack of self-efficacy, where I initially itself, oh, this time is not enough, without even actually reaching that, trying to start working from now, without even doing that, you are saying, no, no, it is very difficult. And this is something negative attitude. I don't like that. It's first time for a lot of arguments. Everything is a first, actually. You are second year students, right? See, let me make it clear. I have given some deadline with something in mind. Now you want to change it. Why? Because it will help you. You have some purpose. You have some motivation behind that. Do not enforce your motivation on others, please. Okay. Let me then make it clear. If somebody gives it by deadline, he will be awarded some credit. If he is not, he will fail to get that credit. That's it. Again, so many of us, don't bring us, bring you. See, as I say, PDF, Word, these are not the PDF has to be there, of course, because PDF is the main thing. But see, suppose suppose I want to see your original source, then I need your source, right? So just PDF is not enough. You have to attach PDF as well as the latex. Somebody says that, I mean, so see, I mean, the question is very something like that. Sir, if we make a PDF from Word, wouldn't the result be same? See, you are new, so that's why you are saying it will be same, but we know that there is huge difference. For you it may be same, but for us it's different. You will also understand eventually that it's different. Those who knows latex, they know how it is different. Okay, so let us okay, there may be questions we can keep on answering later also. So there is the next problem that we are interested in this greedy paradigm is something known as interval scheduling problem. Okay, so let me briefly discuss this problem that will help you understand it. So oftentimes, I don't know whether this happens. Let me motivate you with a practical example. Uh, I don't know whether this happens nowadays or not, but during our time or earlier time, what used to happen is there are no such things as mobile that people can surf the internet using mobiles. So there are no mobiles or very few, very expensive, non-affordable. So and also PCs were very expensive. So at that time there were places, still maybe there in remote villages. There is something called cyber cafe. Okay, so, but people need to fill up forms, need to do some chatting, internet, other things, send mails. So they go to a cyber cafe, do the job, and then come out. Now, everybody's requirement of surfing and chatting, etc., is different. Somebody may be interested in only one particular small job. Somebody may be in more, so different. Now, in a village or some area, I mean, maybe that the cyber cafe has only one machine, right? So in that case, of course, if there are multiple people waiting to do their job, then the owner of the cyber cafe, he or she cannot satisfy everyone at the same time. He has to keep them waiting. Okay. So the question is, suppose two persons come to do the surfing at the same time. Okay, at the same time, say from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then what will happen? The owner can only allocate one of them, not both. Okay, so other one will have to leave probably, right? So everybody actually comes with a start time and finish time. So when I want to start my surf and when I want to finish my surf, that's the parameters they give ahead of time. And remember uh, that this thing cannot be altered. I mean, okay, you start a little, those kind of little negotiations. Since this is, we are thinking of mathematical solving of the problem, we don't consider that, okay, shifting of this timing are not allowed, very strict. Every user comes with a start time of SI and finish time of FI. Okay, so that is the idea. So now, and there is only one single machine to surf with. I mean, if there were multiples, then probably the owner could have served those many people at the same time. But since there is only one machine, it can serve at most one at a time, right? So, and also we assume that uh, whatever be the amount of time or the duration one uses the machine, irrespective of that, uh, that much he pays to the owner is equal. Okay, in some sense. So what the owner wants to maximize is the number of people that can be accommodated. Okay, so if he or she maximizes the number of people, then he is maximizing his profit, because he just multiplies it with a constant, and that is his total profit. Okay, so that is the problem. Is the problem understood? The problem is, again I'm saying, there is a single machine, requests are not coming. See, requests are there, okay, already. I mean, it's not a problem, okay, that I have 10 requests now, and when I am processing these 10 requests, say another 20 requests come in. It's not like that. That's a different version of the problem. We are not going into that. Okay, that's called an online version of the problem. That's separate. We know, I mean, some sort of pre-registration, suppose, is there, that I came to know that. So one day before, people submitted applications to me, paper applications to me, like, tomorrow there will be this kind of requests. Say 1,000 people have made requests, that each one gives a SIFI. He wants the start time and finish time. With that data, he wrote the application. So it's now my job to say a yes or no to a particular application, depending on whether he can be granted or he cannot be granted the access to the machine. Okay. So I know all the requests before even granting them, and I know no more new things will come. Okay. So that is the idea. So, okay, so how we can do it? Remember, always remember the goal, that I want to maximize the number of people that can be accepted. Okay, so what I should do? So this is called the, in a more uh, formal way of saying this, is the interval scheduling problem. Why it is called like that? Interval scheduling problem, because every job actually is an interval. If you think of these as a I mean, timeline in the x-axis, and then you can think of that this is an interval actually. Okay, interval means somebody wants to use the machine at suppose SI, and he finishes at FI. Okay, and actually in the y-axis you can actually put the people, basically. So one is, I mean, people with identity 1, identity 2, second person, third person. You can keep on doing like that. Okay, so then on a 2D plane, you get a picture of who is wanting what kind of time schedule. Okay, but your resource condition is very limited. You have only one machine. Okay, and you want to serve as much as possible, maximum thing. So this is the definition of the interval scheduling problem. So it's like, let me show you the picture, a picture that may be worthy. I hope you can see the pictures. Okay, so this is the intervals. Okay, so how to solve this problem? Interval scheduling problem. how to solve this. So of course, I mean, one can think of different ways. See, this problem has many names. Sometimes people say interval scheduling problem. Sometimes people say job scheduling problems, but with different conditions actually. For example, if there are more machines, the problem will change. If there are jobs not all available, I mean all the data is not available beforehand, and you want to you are getting data online manner. Suppose you have some bit of data, and while you are processing, some more bit of data comes in, then it's a problem. It's a slightly different problem. Okay, so those kind of variations are possible. So how to solve this interval scheduling problem? Okay, now I will say that in the chapter 4 of the Tardus book, okay, page 115, okay, the discussions of the problem is there. Okay, the discussion of the problem is there. You can go ahead with that. In the Coleman book also, there is a version of the problem is there. The name is slightly different. The name of the problem there is activity selection problem. Okay, it's called activity selection problem, and it is also given in in the chapter 16, page 414 in the Coleman book. But I will request you to first go through the. You can also get a lot of material in the web. Okay. So I will suggest you to follow the Tardos book for this problem, which which is very clear and which discusses how this can be solved. Okay, and so there are two things. So there is some heuristic, okay, that is used to make this thing happen. Okay, so different kinds of heuristics are possible. For example, I will basically, let's say I will basically allow maximum. The goal is to maximize the number of non-conflicting jobs. Okay, so with this concept, let us first define what do I mean by a conflicting pairs, conflicting jobs. So let us say two requests I consider. So each request is a pair. Remember, si comma fi, or s1 comma f1. That means its start time is s1 and finish time is f1. Another request is there. Let's say its start time is s2, its finish time is f2, suppose. Then what is the definition of conflict? I mean, when I say that they conflict in time, when I cannot serve both of them only when the finish time of somebody is actually higher than the start time of something. Okay, so suppose or the other way basically. So if the finish time of suppose these two jobs, say one is S1 F1 and that is S2 F2. So if the finish time of one is more than the start time of see their finish time and start time are in the horizontal x-axis, and the y-axis are actually the intervals. So 1, 2, 3 this way. Let's say you have just two intervals, 1 and 2. Then if the finish time of the first one is more than the start time of the second one, that means they're actually overlapping. Okay, the intervals are overlapping, and that means I cannot serve both of them. They're conflicting. Similarly, the vice versa. I mean, if okay, so the basic thing is you have to check whether they are overlapping or not. Okay, so how to check that they are overlapping? There is a way to check that. So once you check that, the the thing is how to schedule them so that you can get rid of this uh, get rid of this conflicting intervals. So what we can do is if you think of an x and y axis like this, let me make a picture and try to make it more clear. So if you look at this, the horizontal lines are the intervals, and I drew some vertical lines actually. So the number of horizontal lines that the vertical line actually touches at any point of time, that actually designates the number of intervals that are conflicting actually. Okay, so if I just have uh, one vertical line and then slowly move that vertical lines from left to right, then I know that what are the maximum number of conflicting. Okay, so okay, that's a separate thing, but the question is how do I do that? Hmm. Let's say uh, okay, so let's look at this. So this is the three intervals actually. Okay, three intervals. So now what happens is if I take the top one, the top interval, okay, that means this one. If I take this one, then this actually conflicts with the bottom two, right? So if I take the first one, then I cannot take any of the bottom, right? But if I take the bottom two, if I take this one, the cross one, then of course I cannot take the tick mark one, but I can take the next actually. I can take the two crosses. So in that case, they do not conflict. So in one case, I am actually serving one interval or one job, and the other choice I am actually serving two jobs. So of course the second one is better, right? So uh, this is the way. I mean, there should be some algorithm for that. Okay. So what is the algorithm for that? Okay. So the idea is something you go through the book, you will get it. There may be different heuristic actually. Okay, different heuristic. One can think of shortest job first kind of thing. Okay, uh, that I will actually sort all the intervals based on duration. Okay, smallest duration first, and then I will try to serve it, but it may not work. Okay, that there is a counter example that it may not work. So what will work here? I'm just trying to say how it works. You check the book. The idea is like this: you sort all the jobs or intervals based on their finish times. Okay, it's something like earliest finish time first. Okay, so you have with every job there is two data values SIFI, right? So you sort them based on finish time. So now what you do is you pick up the interval with the smallest finish time and allocate it the machine. Okay, and then any other interval which conflicts with this interval, the smallest finish time, you just throw away those intervals. You cannot accept them because you are serving it. You cannot serve anybody who is conflicting with this. Okay, you throw away this. After that, what you will have on your hand has a certain number of leftover intervals, which definitely do not conflict with this one. Because if some of them are conflicting with this one, they would have been thrown out. Then out of the remaining intervals, you take the next one, which is actually of smallest finish time in the remainder of the intervals. Okay? Remember, you cannot say that, okay, if this collides with this, because if this collides, it is already gone. So all the intervals that is there in your hand so far, they definitely must not collide with the first one. Okay, that means their start time is anyway higher than the finish time of this one, something like that. Then you just repeat that process. You take the next one, okay, then you remove from that remaining set bucket all the ones that are colliding with the second one. Basically, they cannot collide with the first one because you have already thrown them out. Now you take the smallest finish time from the remaining set of intervals or jobs and then throw away those who are actually colliding with it. Okay, you just repeat this process a certain number of times until actually you have no more interval to serve. Okay, and you get a schedule of non-conflicting intervals. Okay, so once you have that, you can actually send a declaration to those jobs that okay, you will be served tomorrow, something like that. Okay, so the problem of cyber cafe, etc., is just a motivational example. This thing can be given in separate application domain as well, but the problem definition should be clear. Okay, so I hope it is okay, kind of. If you have any questions, please raise. very basic interval scheduling problem with each interval or job or activity scheduling problem, whatever you say. Each one comes with an SIFI. I know beforehand there are n such requests, and I have only one machine. Okay. And what is the goal? Goal is to maximize the number of intervals that can be serviced. Okay. Questions? Of course, after you get the algorithm, there are issues like how to prove that the algorithm works. It gives the maximum, and it gives the correct solution. It terminates in finite time. How much time it takes. Those issues are there. Okay. I do not see any questions. Anybody has any doubt? So please submit the Gail Shapley, the first assignment, first set of questions, answers within the deadline given. And this is the second problem that we will start with, the interval scheduling problem or activity selection problem. And we will prepare questions for them. And your job is to find the answers and write them in a nice way. Okay. Okay, so I think time is running out. If you have any questions, you can post. Okay, TAs, please remain if you are here. Others may conclude. Just one point that I mean, I shall post a message, of course. I mean, uh, holidays are there this week, so I will be there, of course. I mean, most of the time. If you have any questions, doubt, you please post your message, or in a discussion we can have a meeting during the class hours. Of course, it is holiday. I have no objection, but if somebody wants to talk to me, he can make an appointment beforehand, and we can talk. No problem.